Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Today is June the 13th in the afternoon. And the thing is, tomorrow, our first day of class, I will have another class conflicting with our class. It's my final at SMC. Now, so what I do right now is I'm recording what I plan to say to tell you tomorrow. Basically, I will tell you, describe how I will run the class for this summer. Now, let's start with, let me share my screen. What are the things that I want to go over with you today? Things that I want to go over with you. The first one is attendance. Please watch this video in the entirety. Don't skip anything, okay? Watch it all the way. Don't skip anything. The first one about attendance. The second one is about your test. How will you take your test later on? And final, of course. Now, from that test and final, there will be two parts to talk about. First one about the proctoring. And then the second one about the submission, how you will submit the test. And then after that, we will go over the EC1 textbook. What textbook we will use. And the fourth one, which calculator we will use. And then the lessons. I record all the lessons already on YouTube. So I will tell you which lesson to watch before what day. And then the test dates. Basically, I would have mentioned it here when I went over point number 2, but when I did number 6 later on, I basically emphasized that again. And then the last part that I will go over is my syllabus. Okay, usually your instructor go over syllabus first, right? Okay, but syllabus you will see basically summarize what I have mentioned here. Now, first one about attendance. Let's take a look on my announcement 1. Give me a second. I go to announcement 1. You go to the announcement. Let's see student view. Yeah, so when you go to my class, go to the announcement. Okay, go to announcement 1. This is about attendance and testing procedure. Okay, how about your attendance? I do not require you to attend the class actually. So basically, I don't need you to attend June the 14th class, but I need you to watch this video. Okay, I need you to watch this video. So this video is actually to replace your first day of class requirement. Now, I will go on Zoom during class time. Our class time is from 8 to 10, Monday to Thursday for 8 weeks, starting from June the 14th. Okay, now I will go on Zoom during the class time, but I do not require you to be on Zoom the same time I do. So it's not synchronous, except during, except for the test. The test day, as I will show you later on, are the dates that you need to be online together with me. Okay, so I don't have any attendance requirement, except that for the test days, you need to be online on Zoom with your camera on together with me. Okay. Now, of course, if you don't come to class, you basically waive your right to ask questions, to ask me question directly. Okay. Now, some students I know have a situation that prevent them from attending the class regularly, and that's why I waived that attendance requirement. Okay, but if you can, if it is possible, of course, I would really encourage you to attend the class with me. Okay. Now, I already record my lecture, so the reason is so that you can watch it in advance. You don't need to wait until the class time. And I would rather use my class time to answer your questions. Okay. Now, so is there any attendance necessary, Thomas, to do? Here's the thing. Even though I don't require you to have any attendance thingy, but I would like you to do the following. Okay. I will go to discussion. So I will make a new discussion board. Now, every day when you come to class, at the end of the class, this is what you read. Okay, discussion on June 14th, 21st. Please watch the intro video. And I will give you the link later on here. Okay. Now, so tomorrow you come to class, right? And it doesn't have to be tomorrow. Let's say you happen to be not available on the 14th, right? Today is the 13th. Like the 14th, you are not available. You happen to ditch the class. Don't worry about it. Of course, I need you to catch up, right? Now, but how do I keep track of students who are active in this class? I would like you to do me this favor. Okay, you reply here. You reply here and just say, I'm here or present. Okay. And that's basically give me an update that you are actually active in my class. Okay. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. That's how I take your attendance. And I will leave this discussion for June the 14th. I will leave this on that you are able to comment for maybe 3 days. So let's say this Thursday, then I will close that from commenting. Okay. But I would like you to just basically telling me that you are present. Okay. Now, after I'm done with this video, I will post it on YouTube and I will post a YouTube link here. Okay. I will also email the link to you. Okay. I will also email the link to you. Now let me go back to announcement 1. That's about attendance. So Thomas, you say that you don't really take attendance. So why do you want us to respond here on the discussion of the day? The reason is just in case all of a sudden the district or the college ask me if you attend the class or you are active in class, then I will look back here and use that as an evidence when was the last time you attending my class. Okay, so I will not use that to drop you, of course, unless you miss couple days with that attendance and then you suddenly miss my test also. Then I think, hey, you know what, this person actually not active anymore, so I drop you. Okay, but the purpose I drop you in that situation is because I want to avoid you getting a W. Avoid you getting a W for the first couple of days or getting an F if it already passed the no W deadline. Okay. Basically, when I drop you, it's only when I think it's that's what you need. Okay. But if you want to keep attending this class, maybe you have some financial aid that you need to keep. At least do me that one favor. Okay. Do me that one favor. Tell me by writing on that discussion of that day, basically Monday to Thursday, every day that you are present. Okay. Now, next, I do require you to be online during my tests, during class time from 8 to 10. Test and final days are days I require you to be synchronously online during my class time. Now, these are your test days. These are your test dates. Please make sure you write this down. Let me check if the final is August the 5th. Yeah, that's correct. So your final is on Thursday. Your test 4 is on Tuesday. Okay, you will have 4 tests and 1 final. These are the only 5 days during this summer I require you to be online synchronously with me. Okay. Now, there are 2 parts about the testing procedure that I need to emphasize. The first one is about proctoring. How do I proctor you? Okay, I will require you to have a camera and audio observing you all the time during the test. Now, you need to secure your own environment for your privacy. Okay, it's up to you where you want to take the test, in your room or in your office. If you think you prefer to do it in your office, then ask your boss permission if you can do so. But you are the one in charge of your own environment. Okay, and you are the one in control of whatever caught by your camera and your audio. I just need to see your face, your hands, and your desk. Okay, basically, I want to make sure that you are the one writing the test, and that's the test you submit later on. Okay, for more details, please watch this video here. Okay, I already made the video on how I would like you to place your hands. For example, both of your hands should be visible at all time. Okay, and your test should be visible at all time also. Okay, do I need to see your face? Yeah, of course. When I check your ID, right? When I sign you in, I check your ID. Hey, you know what? That's Thomas taking the test. And any picture ID. It doesn't have to be student ID. No, it doesn't have to be student ID. It doesn't have to be driver license. It can be your passport. It can be your high school student ID. Of course, if possible, the one has your name in whatever registered on my roster. I mean, I have a situation where last semester, actually, I have a student who took the class from Korea, and because it's already during the pandemic, right? So she didn't have SMC or West LA College student ID, and she didn't have any American ID, so she showed me her high school ID, picture ID, and that's totally fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, that's totally fine. And but the one she showed me is the one written in Korea. And then I said, can you find me the one that I can read? I happen to be able to read Korean a little bit. So I said, I know it's you, but the thing is like, because it's recorded, then I need to make sure the person, if I get audited later on, how I run my class, then the person who audited my class can be sure that you are the one. Okay, that's what I told her. But basically, that's just a very simple confirmation procedure that the one taking the test is the one on my roster. Okay, now I hope it's not a burden for you. Okay, what you don't want to happen is like somebody take the test for you, right? Okay, that's something we want to avoid. But once I can confirm, hey, you know what, that's Thomas. Oh, okay, go ahead. Good luck with your test, right? Okay. So far, I don't have any issue with any students though. That's one. Second, how about the media? On test day, I will post the PDF of the test on Zoom 15 minutes before the start of the class. Actually, I will not run it this way anymore. I will do it this way. Let me change this a little bit. I need you to go online first. I check your ID first. Give me a second. What happened? Yeah. This is how I will do it. So on the test day, you basically go online. You go on Zoom 15 minutes before the start of class. So our class starts at 8 o'clock, right? So you come, let's say 7:45, and then I will check your ID and then help you with your camera. And then I will send the test file to your Canvas email. Okay, so you do the check-in first. Once I confirm that it's you taking the test, then I will send that test to your Canvas email. Now, where's Canvas email? The one on your Canvas. The one on your Canvas. There was 2 times in the last 1 year I got a student actually paid somebody else to take the class. What happened is, that student asked somebody else to take the test. Okay, but then that person did not know how to turn it in. That person's supposed to go on Canvas to turn it in. Okay, that person's supposed to go on Canvas to turn that in. And of course, if you don't know how your Canvas account, how can you get to my class to start with? That's how I figure out that it's somebody else actually taking the test. Okay, now the procedure basically will be as the following later on. So how about the submission? Let me tell the story from the beginning again. So basically, you will go on Zoom around 7:45, and then we do the check-in. And usually, if you come like 7:45, I have 5 or 6 students there. I check you in and I send you the test right away. That's how you can get some extra time before the class start. Okay, and then after that, once you get the test, I email you. Now, once you receive the file, then you will print it and work on it. Print, then work on it. And once you are done, you scan it. Now, I will need you to scan it to PDF. So learn how to scan your work into PDF, and then you upload. Okay. Now, here's the thing though. Here's the thing. Your test will be 2 hours. Your test will be from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, right? Now then you can come at 7:45 if you want to start early, and then I check you in early. I send you the file early. Then you will stop working at 10 o'clock. Your upload should be finished by 10:15. Your upload should be finished by 10:15. Let me say it again. You stop writing here. 10 a.m. you stop writing. And then you scan it to PDF and upload it. Your upload should be done before 10:15. So it is not that you start uploading at 10:15. No, the system does not. The system will close the submission at 10:15. So if you already, even if you say, "Oh, Thomas, I start uploading it at 10:13," it doesn't matter. If you don't finish the upload by 10:15, then the system will reject your submission, even if you started at 10:13. Okay, so 10:15 is the time the system close and not accepting any submission from that point. Okay, so it is not that you click submit at 10:15, then the system will accept that. No. You need to start uploading process a lot earlier, such that by 10:15 your upload already completed. Okay, now that's one. Now this is the path or the method that most students actually use when they took my test. Now there are some students happen to have an iPad, happen to be able to write to the test. Now, if you are able to write to the test, so if you can write to the test, to the file, so you upload my PDF file, the test, and then you work on your iPad, you don't print it out. That's okay. Actually, I prefer that one. Okay, so once you're done, you save it as a PDF. And then you upload. But the same rule, the deadline for the upload has to be completed by 10:15. Okay, now for students who use this method that you write to the file, then there will be some issue with your camera. Basically, you need to redirect your camera in a way such that I know I can see what you write. Okay, I need to see what you write during the time. Now that when you print it out, then basically I see what you write by hand, right? Okay, but what happens if you write it to file? Then you need to write it. You need to redirect your camera in a way that I can see you are the one writing it, and that's what you write. Okay, now the third method, this is the one I discourage the most, but I understand some students don't have printer. What happens if you don't have printer? Then you can write it on the blank paper, write to blank paper. You don't need to write the question anymore. You don't need to write the question anymore. Just go on with the work, not the solution only. You need to show the work, right? Okay, but then after that, after you're done, then you scan it to PDF. And then upload. Okay, so one thing you need to know is how to scan to PDF. Okay, you are college students, and this is a transferable class. It's not something hard to learn how to convert to PDF. Okay, now that's something I cannot accept when somebody say, "Oh, Thomas, I don't know how to even turn on a computer." And no, sorry, you are not a college students yet. Okay, you need to learn those. Okay, try to find out. But these are three different methods to turn it, to receive the test, work on the test, and to submit it. There are three different ways. I strongly suggest you, if you don't have the ability to write to the file, I strongly suggest you to get a printer. Okay, I strongly suggest you to get a printer, because students in my class, what I observe, students without printer tend not to do as well as those who print it out. Okay, but again, if you don't have printer, what you do then, you write it on paper. Okay, now Thomas, how about scanning it? Do I need to get a printer and scanner? It'll be nice if you do, if you have printer and scanner. But if you don't, the good thing is we have some app on our phone, smartphone. I assume all of you have smartphone, that we can take the pictures and convert it to PDF. Now, I heard this from students. Some students use Cam Scanner. Now, I don't know if it's currently paying, that you need to pay. If not paying, then you can use it. But if you need to pay, if it is free, then of course I encourage you to use it. Students in the past, including the one in this spring, told me that some of them actually don't need to pay, but some other students say, Thomas, we need to pay. Okay, but if you start in need to pay, then find another app for which you can upload, take the pictures of your work and then save it as a PDF. I will let you know if I can find other app for that purpose. Okay, but for scanning, we can get away as long as you have a phone and you basically can take the pictures, okay, and save it as a PDF. But for printer, that's the one I found out that students without printer tend not to do as well as students who actually print the test out. Okay. I said here, so while you may use your phone as a scanner, I still recommend you to get a printer. Okay, now I post assignment 0 as an extra credit assignment for you to learn this process. So if you go to assignment, you will see quiz 0 here. You have until the next weekend. Okay. Basically, what you need to do, I need you to print it out, print this file out, write on it, scan it to PDF, and upload it under this assignment. Okay, I saw that actually one student already turned it in. It's actually nothing really special about this assignment. I just want to see if you know how to write on it, okay, and scan it and post it to assignment 0, okay. I did ask some questions here, but if you don't want to write anything, totally fine. But I need you to at least write your name. Okay, I want you to at least write your name. You print it out, write your name. If you don't want to write anything else, then that's it. Write your name and then you submit it. That's your 3 point. Okay, that's your 3 point. It has to be in PDF though. Okay, it has to be in PDF. It has to be in PDF. Thomas, what happened if I don't have printer? Then just write this down. Just write this down. okay, and then scan it and put and upload it. Okay, I did ask here, what's your hobby? What kind of topics you like to talk with your friends, and what kind of topics you would like me to avoid. Okay, I try to avoid sensitive topics, but there are times that I have to talk about it. Okay, I try not to make this class controversial. Okay, but if I happen to use, by the way, this is a disclaimer though, if I happen to use a topic that is quite controversial unintentionally, or I mean, I just basically have no way to avoid those kind of controversial issue, please keep in mind that I have no agenda, no interest whatsoever to change your view on any other topic but statistics. Okay, my job here is to teach you statistics. It is not my job to teach you how to, for example, how to your political view. I'm not in place, not supposed to, and I have no interest to change your mind about religion. Okay, a disclaimer: I'm a Christian, not that devoted anymore, but that's my background. But I will not try to talk about Christianity in this class. Okay, that will not be my interest. It will be in the context of statistic and teaching, even if I do so. Okay, so please don't think that, oh, Thomas, you try to preach us with your religion. No, 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 no. And I respect you. By the way, my last name is Harjuno. I'm from Indonesia. Most of my friends are actually Muslims, very good friends. Okay, and if you know me in person, I hope those people who've been with me really can tell that no, religion is not an issue for me. Like, you can be anything and I love you anyway. Okay, I love you anyway. No, especially in class, it's not my job to teach you anything else but statistics. Okay, it's not my, I don't even think I am in place to teach you what is moral, what is immoral. Okay, because see, I come from Indonesia, and there are things in Indonesia is considered immoral, but here it's okay. For example, gambling, right? Yeah, gambling in Indonesia is not allowed, but here it's okay. But it's not my job to tell you gambling is good or not. You know, in fact, in this statistic class, I will talk a lot about gambling, okay, as a way to apply statistic. Okay, but I'm not saying that I will teach you how to gamble. Okay, you can learn from that. Okay, but I'm not saying that gambling is good. No, in fact, I hope by you learning more statistics, you will be discouraged from gambling. Okay, even though I myself is a gambler. See, it's kind of contradiction, huh? I say that I'm a Christian, but at the same time I gamble. Yeah, some I know some Christians say that's supposed to be, not, those are not compatible, and that's what I believe also. Yeah, gambling and being a Christian are not compatible. But yeah, I'm a sinner. You know, I'm a human being. Outside of stats, I and you are just basically the same. Okay, I'm not better than you in life compared to you to me. Okay, I have my own issue also. Okay, that's about why I asked you these topics. Okay, now to better serve you, I would like you to provide me 3 math courses that you have taken in the past prior to this statistic class. Now, if you are repeating stats class, that would be nice if you can tell me. But if you know, if you don't want to tell me anything, you are totally fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, don't worry about it, because the main purpose of this quiz zero is to make sure that you know how to print out your quiz, how to work on that, and how to submit it, scan it in PDF and submit it. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. If I can know you a little bit more through this questionnaire, that will be nice. But if you refuse to tell me anything, you are totally fine. Okay, totally fine. What do you do with this? Write on it. Do not type. Do not type. Do not type. Do not type. Why? Imagine later on you will have a test like 6 pages. Okay, and but Thomas, I know how to type it. I know. Okay, I'm pretty good in my computer too. Now the thing is, the if you really need to type it, it will take you so much time, such that 2 hours for your test will not be enough. Why do you want to do so? Right? Okay, so the main big story will be you will print it out, write on it, scan it, and upload it. What happens if you don't have printer? That's then we will find you, I tell you the way out. Or if you don't have printer, then you can write it. Like if you don't have printer, okay, you can just write it on a piece of paper and you don't need to write the question anymore here. Okay, just say name, Thomas, major, math, hobbies, I like to sleep. Okay, what do you like to talk about with your friends? How to sleep faster and longer? What kind of topic you like to avoid? The topic how to wake somebody up, for example. Okay, and then provide me 3 math courses that you have taken. Okay, long time no see math, and that's it. You just like, I don't want to answer it, Thomas, and that's totally fine. And then you scan it as a PDF. Okay, and then submit it. Okay, now I said here, if you don't have printer, you write it on a piece of paper. Okay, but I strongly suggest you to get a printer. Okay, after all, you are college students, right? Eventually, you will need a printer anyway. Okay, now this quiz is short, and you have long time to do this. And actually, you can submit it first, and then if I see something not right, I will tell you to fix it. Okay, I will tell you to fix it. Okay, now this quiz zero is short, and you have many days, so you may not feel pressured with time restricted environment. Okay, but you need to imagine what happens if you take a test which is 2 hours test, and 6 to 8 pages long, in which you may need to draw or sketch something later on. So that's why I told you not to type, because I need to make sure that you know how to write. I know you know how to write. Okay, the thing is, like, you know that if you use pencil, some pencil, when you take the picture, is not as clear, right? So I need you to also figure out what kind of pencil to use. Most of the time, the pencil are fine. Some students use pen also. I prefer you to use pencil. However, some students that I'm talking about, when they write very, very light, and they happen to use a pencil that is not really feasible when you take the picture. Okay, but most of the time, like more than 95% of students out of 100 students, it's less than 5 students actually get into that situation. But if we need to get into that situation, let's figure it out a lot earlier. We don't want to wait until test 1 for you to realize that your handwriting is not feasible, because your handwriting is too light and the pencil you use happens to be too light also. Okay, now what happens if you don't have scanner? You can use cam scanner to find out how to do that. Okay, if you can write using your computer, your iPad, notebook, and you write electronically directly to the file, and you feel comfortable to do so, just do it. Okay, you can save it as a PDF and then upload it. Now, once you upload your work, I will provide comment in case I will redo it. I would like you to redo it for better result. Okay, so before the deadline for this quiz zero, before the deadline, if I see, hey, you know what, this person can do better, let me ask him or ask her to do better. Okay, now that's for your assignment quiz zero, and that's for our announcement 1, which covers the attendance, which is not necessary, but I would like you to write on the discussion board of that day that you are present there. Okay, so on June the 15th, on Tuesday, I will have another discussion. Okay, on June the 15th, I will have another discussion posted here. Okay. Now, I usually make my small announcement for that day or for some couple of days in advance. I may write it there. Let me show you what I did with my other class. Let me see, give me a second. Oops, I need to leave student view first. Let me show you my spring class. Let me show you my spring class. So what happened is this. Yeah, what happened is they go to the discussion. Okay. So then, let's say this one here. And then after the discussion of that day, I record it. I will post the notes also here. Okay, so these are the notes for the discussion on that day. The discussion on that day. Okay, now, oh, by the way, how do you see the recording? how do you see the recording for that day? So this is from spring, by the way. This is a spring semester class. Okay, so you go to Zoom. Okay, you won't be able to access their recording, but I'm just showing you, hey, if you want to see the recording for your class for the day prior to that day, like yesterday or 2 days ago, then this is how you do it. You go to Zoom, go to cloud recordings, okay, and then look at the days that you missed the lecture or you want to review the lecture. Let's say May the 19th. You click that one. Then you will see the recording. You see what I mean? Okay, that's how you get the recording. Now, I'm recording this video also. Okay, I'm recording this video also, this lecture now. And of course, it takes some time for Canvas and Zoom working together to finish recording. So after I click stop recording on my computer, it will take like around 1 hour for that to show up on your Zoom. So let's say 2 hours after this, if you want to watch that, then you go to Zoom. Okay, let's go to student view. You go to this one here. You click, no, this is for tomorrow, huh? Yeah, you click this, then you will see the recording. Okay, but the one for today, from June 13th, today, I will also post it on YouTube, okay, for you to see. That's for announcement 1. That is for attendance and testing procedure. Second, about textbook. What textbook you will use? We'll use this textbook here. We'll use Syllabus Statistics, the 5th edition. If you want to buy the textbook, you click that one. No, you don't need to buy from here. You don't need to buy from Amazon. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, you can rent from there if you want. Okay, you can buy if you like, but I don't require you to buy it. That's one. And if you need to buy it, I don't require you to buy it from Amazon. I'm just showing you this is the picture. This is the picture of that book. Okay, this is the picture of that book. I just try to show you the picture. Now, in fact, if you go to files, for the first couple of weeks, I assume if you want to buy the book, then you need to wait for it in the mail, right? So for the first couple of weeks, I upload chapter 1 to chapter 5 on the file. So you go to files, and you will see chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. Oh, I actually upload up to chapter 7. So you can say that for the first 3 weeks, you can wait for the book for the first 3 weeks. Okay, yeah, that's for announcement 2 about textbook. I think I need to also mention about your calculator, which I don't mention here. I think I forgot to do that. Let me do that now. For calculator, I need you to use, give me a second. Let me steal from other class announcement, my stats class. Oh, here I have. I wonder if I can duplicate that. No. You will use TI 83, 84 plus. Let me copy this first and then post it there. Textbook, so announcement 2, textbook and calculator. What calculator I need to use, Thomas? I strongly recommend you to get this calculator. Either you buy it, you rent it, do something, okay? But I strongly suggest you to get this calculator. There are 3 links here. I'm not saying that you need to buy all 3 calculators. No, there are 3 variations of TI-84. Okay, now you figure out which one is cheaper for you. Okay, give me a sec. The first 2 weeks, I think, up to your test 1, you just need a regular calculator. Okay, but starting for test 2, the material for test 2. I think that's the end of the second week. Then you need the actual TI-84 already. Okay, let me save this first, and then I show you which is the calculator. Okay, so this is one. Oh, this is very, very powerful. Okay, 100, even the used one is $102, $103. It could be too expensive, you know. The other one, this one here. Oh, this is $109. You can see also on eBay if anybody's selling that. Okay, you don't need to buy a new one though. You can just buy the used one. Okay, this is another TI-84. Okay, get this as soon as possible. I know it may be too expensive, okay, but keep in mind that you use this. Once you're done, you are able to sell it. Okay, and let me know if you want to sell your calculator after you pass this class. Let me know, give me your email, and then I will pass it to my future students. Okay, I will try to help you selling the calculator. But I want to tell you also another thing. You may be able to download it to your computer if you use computer. Okay, TI-84 emulator. Let me make sure that's what you see. Yeah, so you search TI-84 emulator and then you go here. Basically, so it depends on which computer you use. If you use Apple, then you download this one. And if you use Windows, you download this one. They will give you a free trial a TI calculator on your computer that you can use for a couple of weeks. I think it's up to 8 weeks for 2 months. I think it's up to 2 months. Okay, but try to find out. Okay, now don't wait until last minute, then you start asking me this question. Okay, don't wait until last minute to ask me this question. In fact, I would like you to try doing it right now. Okay, and if you have any question, you let me know right away. Okay, so that's about your textbook and calculator. Let me go up here. So we talk about the attendance, we talk about the test and final, how it will be proctored, how will you submit it for the textbook and calculator. Okay, but also Thomas, I happen to hear other students say that there's actually TI-84 on smartphone. Can I use that? Yes, you can. I don't mind. So can I use a phone during the test? As long as you use calculator on that, I don't mind. But here's the thing though. I found out that during the test, and that's the worst case, that students who use the TI-84 emulator on their phone, turns out that some program does not work. Okay, so for now, I discourage you from using the TI-84 emulator on your smartphone. And not because I don't want you to use smartphone. Well, I don't want you to cheat. Okay, keep it simple. I don't want you to cheat. Okay, but I don't want my fear or my concern of cheating actually eclipse your need of easy and cheap access to calculator. Okay, so no, the reason I told you not to use TI-84 emulator on your phone is not because I want to prevent you from cheating. Of course, I want to prevent you from cheating, but it's more important for me to provide you a way to get the calculator cheap, right? Now, the thing is, I don't want you to give you a false safe feeling. Why? Because I have found some students who use that method in their test. They use the TI-84 on their smartphone, and it turns out that some program didn't work. Okay, and they get stuck. They ask me, Thomas, I don't know what happened with this calculator on my phone. I said, well, I told you. Okay, don't tell me that you didn't anticipate that. You're supposed to anticipate that. Okay, so can I use phone during the test, Thomas? I don't mind. It's like, what makes you think, if you want to cheat from somebody, what makes you think that person know my stats? Okay, No need. Okay, you will see that you are actually wasting your time, because as far as I know, no such students actually passing my class at the end. No one. Okay. Oh, so no, don't think. And my test, by the way, I would like to tell you now, my test is open book, open note. What else? What else do you want? Open book, open note. Now, on the other hand, I have to warn you though, there have been some students thinking that, oh, Thomas give an open book, open note test, then his test must be easy. No, not at all. Not at all. Open book, open notes actually works very well for students who study before the test, and during the test, open book, open note only to help them confirming what they did. Okay, but if you think that you can study during the test, trust me, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You may be the first students pass my class by just studying during the test. No, studying should be done before the test, not during the test. If you try to study during the test, then you won't have enough time to do the test. You see the difference? Okay, study during the test and doing the test are two different things. If you think you can multitask during the test in 2 hours, go for it. But trust me, so far I just like, of course I feel bad, but at the same time, what do you want me to say? It's like I warn those students not to think that way, and they underestimate my warning. At the end, they're just another statistic. They don't listen to me, and then I just like, hey, I told you, okay, don't do that. What makes you think that this is a transferable class? It's not an easy class. Okay, it's doable, but doesn't mean that you don't need to do anything and still pass the class. This is not LAUSD extension. No. West LA College is supposed to be UCLA extension. It's supposed to be like that, not LAUSD extension. So your study style, your studying behavior, your studying habit, supposed to actually adjust to those schools that you are transferring to. Okay, now next one. How about the lesson, Thomas? You said that you already recorded. That's right, I already recorded. And where do you find the recording? You go to announcement 3. You go to announcement 3, then you will see that I run the lesson through Zoom. Okay, so during the class time, I'll be there. Okay, and you can see the list of videos that where I post on YouTube here. So this is from last summer though. So the timing is actually quite very similar to yours. So the one you need to watch before, June the 14th is this one. I think tomorrow I will change the dates here, shift that, because this is the date for summer 20. This is not the dates for summer 21st. This is the date for them, not for us. Okay, but I'm basically telling you that last year I ran this lecture on this date. Okay, so on, let's say it this way. Let's say it this way, that you need to watch this video before June 15 for us. You need to watch this video before June 16 for us. Okay, before June 17th, before June 18th. Basically before the next lesson. This is the first video here, right? So you need to watch this before our first lesson, which is on Tuesday. Okay, this is the second lesson. You need to watch this before the second day. Okay, I have more videos that I will upload here, okay, as a supplement, because these are actually lectures with not a lot of examples. Now, during the spring 2021, so last semester, I actually did lectures with more examples. Now, I will post those lectures with examples actually in between later on to help you. Okay, but the one you need to watch are these ones. Okay, I think tomorrow or later in tonight, I will change the title. Okay, I will change the title, but let's go back. Here's the thing. Basically on before June 14th, which is tomorrow, I need you to watch this lesson. Give me a second. Okay, can you see that? Okay. I guide you here. Watch this before June 14th. Watch this before June 15th. Watch this before June 16th. And I happen to have the notes from that day. So you may download these notes here while you watch that. Okay, so that you can focus more on the lesson instead of taking notes at the same time. The nice thing is actually it's recorded. So if you are taking notes on your own, which is great, that will be better. Okay, you can stop the video while if you think that you're a little bit behind, right? Okay, so these are lesson 1 to lesson 8, as I remember. Yeah, lesson 1 to lesson 8. Now this comprise the material of your test 1. Okay, what will you do between today, before Tuesday? What will you do before Tuesday? When we meet on Tuesday, I need you to watch lesson 1 and lesson 2. So my Tuesday class only to answer question if you have any question. Okay, if you have any question. Thomas, you say that you only give the theory and not a lot of examples in your lesson here. Yes, but I will also supplement another link later on for more exercise. So you will see the first link for the lesson, okay? And then the second link is the discussion we get from Spring 21, okay? So you do that outside of our class. Okay, you can also do that during our class, I don't mind. But my class, I will be online from 8 to 10, Monday to Thursday, only to answer your questions if you have any. Okay? If you don't have any question, then I'll be sitting here. Well, maybe I try to do more problems, but I would rather you to watch those videos. Okay? If you go to announcement 3, that's announcement 3. Announcement 4, then you will see the lessons up to test 2. Okay, lesson up to test 2. Okay, and then announcement 5 will be lesson up to test 3 and test 4. Okay, so this is lesson, lesson 18 is the end material for test 3, and lesson 23, the end material for test 4. Okay, so I did have students actually in the fall, watch these videos a lot earlier. That student basically watch everything in advance. And to my surprise, of course, I would like to say that she actually passed with an A, very strong A. But the one surprised me toward the end is when I found out she was actually a middle school student. Maybe because she was middle school student and she's a middle school student, so she had time to study and watch things in advance. Still attending my class on daily basis. When I have class that she always show up, she asks questions. Okay, but you can tell that her question actually coming from somebody who already studied and still have something that she cannot understand. And that's normal. That's normal. Okay. Yeah, I don't expect you to watch these videos and you have no question at all. The only time you will have no question is when you don't do anything, you don't watch it at all. That's how I know that you don't study. So please do yourself a favor. Okay, do yourself a favor, study. What do you need to do between today and Thursday besides watching this introduction video? I need you to get your calculator. Okay, watch this video. Okay, lesson 1 and lesson 2. Okay, so between now and, let me write it down, between now and June the 15th before class, watch lesson 1, and 2 from announcement 3. Okay. Now, how about test dates? I believe I mentioned that earlier. Let's go over that again. The test dates, you can find that from announcement 1. You can find test dates on announcement 1. Make sure you write this down. Make sure you write this down. Okay, this is your test dates. Let me screenshot that and put it on your notes. Oops, I'm sorry. Screenshot that and put it in our notes. These are our test days. Okay. Now you will see when I go over our syllabus later on, you will see that I do not give makeup tests for test 4. Why? From test 4 to final, there's only 2 days difference. If you need to do a makeup test before the final, then you have one, let's say if you need to do a makeup test, then you can only do that on August the 4th, is it right? Okay, but when you do it on August the 4th, it means you have one less day to study for your final. Not a good plan. Okay, so for test 4, no makeup test. For test 4, no makeup test. How about other test, Thomas? Only one makeup test for any student. Okay, that's for test 1 or test 2, for test 3 or final. But once you take your makeup test for test 1, for example, then no more makeup tests provided to you in future. Okay, let me say it again. Let me say it again. Makeup tests only provided for students missing the class, not if you bomb the test. Let's say you took test 2 and then you bomb it. Thomas, can I do makeup test? No, you don't call that makeup test. Makeup test is a test that is given to make up the test you miss, not the test you bomb. Okay, now the one you're talking about, let's say you took test 2, you bomb it, right? And Thomas, can I take the test again? Now you call that retake, but I do not provide test retake. I do not provide retake tests. Those are 2 different types. Okay, I don't provide retake tests. If you took the test, you have to submit it. Okay, let's say you took the test and then in the middle of the test, or suddenly you have, oh, Thomas, I have stomach ache. Finish the test, finish the test. In statistics, we will learn probability. The probability that you suddenly have some stomach food poisoning in the middle of test is very, 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 very unlikely. Okay, is it possible? Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. Okay, but it's a lot more likely that you just avoid me. Okay, if in that situation you finish the test, I grade it. Whatever you did at the time, that's what I grade. Okay, so if you don't feel well before the test, then let me know, Thomas, I don't feel well. Can I do a makeup test? Okay, and make sure it happens only one time in my class. Okay, if I provide you a makeup test for your test 1, then no more makeup test for the rest of that semester, for this summer. Okay, these are the test days. Let me ask you to make your day free the next day after that test. In other words, for test 1, it's pretty much set in stone that it will be June the 29th. But just in case something happened to me, Okay, just in case something happened, make sure that your June the 30th also free. Okay, just in case something happened. Thomas suddenly have an accident, and on that day and need to stay in the hospital, so I cannot do the test. Okay, then we postpone it one day. I will not make the test earlier than these dates. So for example, test 1, I will not make it earlier than June the 29th. No. If I change it, it must be postponement. I will not make it earlier. Okay, but so far, according to my experience, these dates are the most appropriate dates for your test, where we finish the material for test 1 couple days before June the 29th. Okay, so it's not that we finish the material on June the 28th and the test for that material happens the next day. No, it won't. I don't want to do it that way. I don't want to do it that way. Okay, so test 2, for example, July the 12th, right? Okay, the material for that test 2 will be finished at the latest. The material going to your test 2 will be the one on July the 10th. Okay, it won't be that July the 11th lecture material suddenly show up in your July the 12th test. No, I don't want to do that. I mean, I was a student before too, right? I know how much time you need to study and really absorb that material. This is a summer class, so you take your own chance, right? You take your own chance, you take your risk. You know that this class will run fast, but I try to make it reasonably fast, not to be to the point that no student will be able to pass the class. No, that's not right either. Okay, but of course, at the same time, you need to do your part. Okay, I need you to do your part. Those are the test days. Please make sure that you write it down. Now, the last part that I want to go over is your syllabus, basically to summarize everything I say. Okay, my name is THarjuno. Office hour, I'm not required to do office hour during this semester. During this summer, so my office hour by appointment only. And the way I run my class, basically, that my class time, basically the time you can ask questions. Okay, the lecture is already online, and the discussion where we have, I actually did more problems. Actually, also, I will post it very, very soon. I have 2 email addresses. Okay, but the ways to send me an email, the best way is actually by Canvas. The best way to reach me by email is by Canvas. So instead of sending emails to either one of these 2, send it through Canvas. Okay. You go to inbox and send it to me. I have a website for this class. Okay, I went over this website in my day 1 recording. Okay, the textbook I showed you before, and I post some files of these books actually on our file folder. Prerequisite, there's no prerequisite for this class, except you need to be just be a good student. Okay, you don't, to be honest with you, you don't need to be smart. You don't need to be smart. Students who don't do well in this class tends to be either you are very likely because you don't have time to study, or you don't study. You may have time, but you don't study. You need to apply yourself. Okay, but I have found many times that students who pass this class are not students that are good in math. You know, there are students who say, Thomas, I never really do well in my class, in my math class, but then I feel comfortable in this class. Okay, I try to make it up, and it is possible. It is actually possible to pass this class even though you are not good in math, as long as you are willing to study and you, of course, put on your thinking cap. It's because this is a very applicable class. You have reason why you want to learn and do things in certain way, the way I teach you in this stats class. Okay, course description, we have, you will see that in my lessons. This is the grading. Okay, the grading, you will have homework. Your quiz 0 is your homework. Quiz is the same to homework. Okay, and test 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have final. Oh, the final is not department final though. I don't think the department will be the department final. But these are the grade, and the grade cutoff. I don't curve my A. My A is 90%. My B is supposed to be 80%. I curve that to 79. My C is supposed to be 70%. I curve that to 68, but I will not curve the grade anymore from there on. Okay. In each one of my tests, and also including my quizzes, the quiz that basically your homework, right? In my tests and finals, you will see extra credits actually. Okay, so on the top of that, I don't give any extra credit outside of this anymore. Okay, important dates, last day to add, last day to drop without fee, last day to drop without W, and last day to drop with W. I hope you don't need those important dates, but still keep that in mind. Okay, notes, having a textbook is a must. No one without textbook ever passed my class. I provide you the first 7 chapters already on the file folder. Okay, I believe you can find that the PDF file of the book somewhere online. But no, that's not my issue. You find out. Okay. Now I will not require you to attend the lecture synchronously. I need you to reply here on each day on the discussion board of that day. Okay. Now any 2 consecutive days of missing such reply give me reason to exclude you from class. I do not want to use that reason. Okay, but if I have that reason and all of a sudden you don't also take the test after you miss those days, then I have reason to drop you. Okay, no makeup test or final except for a legitimate reason. I actually will not ask you. If you need a makeup test, just let me know. Okay, but only one makeup test provided. I don't drop any tests. Okay, in other words, I need you to be serious all the way. I need you to be serious with this class all the way. Okay. But Thomas, is it okay? Is it possible that I bomb one test and still pass the class? It's actually possible as long as you do better in your other. You cannot expect to pass the class by bombing one test and then barely pass the other test. No. Okay. There's a consequence. Okay. There's a consequence. And then no late homework will be accepted. Okay, you will have at least 24 hours to turn in your homework. So for example, your quiz 0, okay, I give you many days before that. Okay, I give you many days for your quiz 0. I hope you remember assignment 0, right? Okay, so I already post the test and you need to turn it in by June the 19th. So you have at least 5 days. Okay, not all the time though. Not all the time you have 5 days. But I promise you, you will have at least 24 hours. Even 24 hours is not something I'm comfortable to do. Very likely I will give you more than 50 hours. Okay, and then what else? What else? No late homework will be accepted. Okay, during the test or final, you are required to be online with your test, your stationery on your desk, visible and audible at all time. Okay, no, I don't curve your grade. Studying hard sometimes result in good grade, but never expecting a good grade if you don't. Testing policy, I said earlier, open book. Okay, for sure it's open notes. Thomas can, so is it open book or closed book? Make it open book, but my suggestion is this. If I were you, instead of thinking open book, okay, make your note, summarize. You summarize my lecture, okay, study from my old tests, okay, so that you don't need to actually flip the whole textbook just to find out the formula, which you know will be in your test. Okay, but you better summarize that on your cheat sheet. Okay, TIC 84 is required, and of course, close neighborhood. I do not want you to get help from anywhere. You have to do it on your own. Okay, and I don't want you to help anybody either. Okay. How to say it? You will see that it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Okay, I have students passing the class after cheating, but then they never pass the next class. Not the one on campus though. Not the one on campus. In my other class, when we were still on campus, there were students cheating, and I just let them cheat because I know they have no chance. Just like, have you seen a situation where a student like they will not pass the class even if they get 100% in for the rest of their semester. I have those kind of cases. Okay. When I say I don't curve your grade, it's because of this. Students who pass the class, they will pass it nicely. Students who don't pass the class, they will not pass. The average will be so low, so far from passing the class. So it's to the point that I need to I need to curve that crazily, nonsensically, so that student pass the class. No, I will not do that kind of curving. Okay, but Thomas, do you curve? No, I don't need to, because what happened is the numbers will fall at its place. What I mean is the following. Remember I said that the cutoff is 68% for you to pass the class? Okay. Now, if you get 68.1, of course you pass the class. I don't need to think, right? Okay. Now, the thing is, Thomas, what happened if I have 67.9? Will you curve that? Will you curve that? To be honest with you, I would just let you pass if you have 67.9. The thing is, why don't you get that 67.9 first? Right? Okay. Students who ask me, Thomas, will you curve that? Let me pass if I get that. You know what? Even to that students, I say this. To that student, that one particular student, if you get 67.8, I will let you pass the class. That's what I told that student. So before you ask me, will I curve that? Why don't you make yourself in a position that you will pass the class even without me curving? The fact is that student who's asked me, Thomas, if I get 67.9, will you let me pass? In the end, that person did not even get average of 60. That person get 59. So why do you need to ask me that question in the first place? Instead of asking me, will you curve that, Thomas, pass me if I get 67.9? Why don't you make yourself to 67.9 first? As if I need to be understanding of your situation. No, I'm not. I'm not. Be reasonable, okay? Be reasonable. I've been teaching quite a long time, and I was also a student, okay? So I know what is reasonable. I just unfortunately, recently, I have more and more students being unreasonable. They don't show up to my class. They only show up during the test. And during the test, they ask me a question that's like, hey, that's my question in the test. You don't ask me during the test. But Thomas, you are my teacher. I say, well, right now, as your teacher, I give you the test. You answer my question. I don't need to answer your question during the test. You know, and that person filed a complaint against me, and it's easy because I record everything. Okay, so even if it goes to ombudsman, that ombudsman, no, it didn't even go that far. Okay, whoever look at the recording will say, hey, you know what? You don't ask that kind of question during the test. Thomas, how to use the calculator to do this? Oh, you asked me that question during the discussion, not during the test. Okay, be reasonable, be reasonable. Go back to the syllabus. Give me a second. Warning for repeating students. Basically, if you're repeating, please don't underestimate this class. Take it as if your life depends on this, because in some sense it does. Okay, you want to transfer, pass this class. Don't tell me, oh, Thomas, I need to transfer, therefore I need to pass this class. Well, you need to pass this class first to transfer. You cannot use the transfer to force me, to push me to pass you. No, look at my grading system. Is there any here? Is there anything in my grading that I give you extra points, percentage? If you are, let's say, if you are transferring, then I give you extra 1%. No, and not supposed to. I'm not supposed to consider your transfer status to university as part of my grading system. No, not supposed to. Imagine if I pass one student simply because that person is transferring, and I don't pass another student simply because that person is not transferring. It doesn't make sense, right? Okay, so don't even ask me, don't even try to hint that situation. Don't even mention it, please. Okay, now you may be recorded during any test and final, and I will record you, by the way. I will record you. California law does not require me to have your consent. Okay, California law only require me to let you know that I record you. Okay, that's why when you go to some stores, okay, they will say, smile, you're on camera, right? Okay, they don't need your positive approval, positive agreement to be recorded for them to record you. It's their property. They have the right to record you. Okay, all they need to do is to tell you, right? Now, likewise here, I'm telling you that during my test and final, I record you. Of course, that kind of recording will not go public. It will not be a recording that I put on Zoom. No, I will not do that. Okay, but you will be recorded. Okay, what is that recording for, Thomas? Well, to give me evidence in case any student's cheating. Okay, but if you are not cheating, don't worry about yourself. Okay, in fact, that recording can be used to protect you in case I say that if I say accuse you of cheating, then you can defend yourself. Thomas, show me the recording that you think that I'm cheating. Okay, now I study statistics. Okay, I can use statistic for you or against you. Okay, and evidence, in this case the recording, is what we base my judgment most on. Okay, I tend to be this kind of person. If I suspect you of cheating but I don't have evidence, then I will not use my my perception or my suspicion against you. No, suspicion itself, opinion itself is not enough to prove somebody is cheating. No. Okay, I need an evidence for that. Okay, so if you are just simply scratching your leg, okay, I will not call that cheating. I try to be reasonable. Okay, yeah, so far I have no issue. I have no students actually complaining that that person is cheating. That person is not cheating, but I accuse that person of cheating. I don't have such complaint. I did found students cheating. Okay, and I have evidence on that. That students did not go complaining against me. Oh, actually, there's one student though, but that's because he didn't realize that I was recording it. But yeah, so don't worry about that. Okay, the recording is necessary there to protect you in case I accuse you of anything not favorable to you. Okay. Okay, but if you are not doing something right, that you are cheating, for example, and I already warned you a couple times, you don't listen to me, then yeah, then I will say something. Okay, I recommend you to take at least 1 hour to study every day during this summer. Actually, should be 2 hours every day during this summer. I need to update this. Am I at the right view? Okay, leave student view. I need to edit this. 2 hours, actually 4 hours supposed to be study every day during this summer. It follows for 2 off-class hours for each in-class hour recommendation. The way it is being, our education system being done is, and not only for my class, actually supposed to be for every classes. For every in-class hour study, you need to have 2 hours off-class hour study. So let's say on Tuesday, we study for 2 hours, right? Then before Wednesday, you need to study a total of 4 hours. Okay, but of course, I also realized that, during that 2 hours, we have some break, right? Maybe 15 minutes break. And the other 15 minutes, we have little talk here and there, such that you don't really need to study full 4 hours on daily basis. Okay, it will be nice, but it won't be that heavy. Okay, it will be nice if you have full 4 hours to study on daily basis. Okay, and if you already finished the material, then you study in advance. Okay, I will purposely make this course hard enough so that you can develop this habit within a few weeks. Academic dishonesty, basically, I don't want you to cheat. Okay, please don't do that one. Okay, it will not be tolerated, and I will report that. You will get a 0, and I report that to college. Okay, student with disability, if you need accommodation, let me know, and you contact the SPS office. This is the website, okay, and find out what you need to do. And you need to do it early though. It's not that, oh, you know what, I can wait another 2 weeks because the test will be 2 weeks later. No, the verification for your accommodation need takes time. Okay, therefore, please, if you need accommodation, let me know and let them know a lot earlier. Okay, student learning outcomes, you will see that in your final. Don't worry too much about that. These are the dates that you need to attend the class except today, June the 13th. Okay, you're supposed to attend the class, but the one that really need are the test dates. Okay, now again, I will not be available tomorrow, which is June the 14th. During our class, during your class, okay, on Monday, June the 14th. I won't be available tomorrow because it happens to conflict with my final at SMC. I give a final from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock in the morning at SMC. Now, I will ask Mr. Chang to come in during the class time, but basically what he will do is to ask you to watch this video. Okay, if you have any question, then feel free to log in to Zoom on Tuesday, June the 15th to ask me question. Okay, so long.